Revelers, this is Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. I'm Rob B.
And I'm Brad Lee.
And I'm Brian G.
And we are Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Again, we're doing this show because we think everybody needs to know that the left is evil.
Welcome, revelers. It's Off the Rails, Right versus Left, and I'm Rob B. And apparently, Brian G can't figure out how to work his microphone. I swear he was just there. Hello, Brian. Earth to Brian. Okay, I guess Brian's lost. Anyway, okay, so what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about a little bit of stuff going on with the Olympics. After the at the medal ceremony, Simone Biles and Jordan Childs decided to bow down to Rebecca Andrade, and I think there's more to it than just act of sportsmanship. And then also, we're going to talk about a couple plots, one involving Taylor Swift and one involving the Donald.
What the hell?
Are you there yet, Brian?
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Let me turn up your volume a little bit. I can. Oh, he said he's here, and then he disappeared. Good Lord. All right. Anyway, so on the first one, I can't really play the video, but oh, there he is. He's popping back on. So on the first one, I can't play any video because I can hear you.
Okay, because I just left and I came back in.
Yeah, I see, and I can hear you a lot better now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Brian's still on the road, so he's calling it in, literally, not figuratively. So anyway, so did you hear the story about Simone Biles and Jordan Childs bowing down to Rebecca Andrade?
Literally from you.
Okay. So the way the story runs is, hold on, bear with me just a second, guys. I got to keep my feet elevated, and that meant I had to shift over so I could get something to put my feet up on. Anyway, there. Does that work? All right.
Yeah, as long as your ankles aren't swelling up, you're good.
Exactly. So, by the way, guys, if you look right back here, I love this sign. It says, "Warning: my sense of humor may hurt your feelings." That's definitely
if you had
true.
a sense of humor.
If I gave a fuck about your feelings. Anyway.
Oh, if I had feelings.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Simone Biles and Jordan Childs took silver and bronze, and in a moment of sportsmanship, they bowed to Rebecca Andrade because she's so badass and she's awesome and she's the queen of gymnastics and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the greatest of all time. Ooh.
Now, the same event was actually already in the news, but it's funny how quick, once they did that, the story disappeared. And so here's the actual story that's covering. Jordan was in 5th place. She failed to medal, and so her team went and had a little all judges conversation. And suddenly they changed Jordan's scores, and the two Romanian gymnasts that were tied for 3rd got bumped out of medal contention. So while they're sitting there talking about, oh, it's an all-black podium. No, it wasn't supposed to be an all-black podium. The black girl went and complained, so they kicked the white girl off and gave the black girl the podium. Sounds an awful lot to me like some woke shit, like, a tie in the national championships, but the transgender has to get the trophy.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it.
Yeah, they had to have the transgender holding the trophy for the picture.
Exactly. So, and for this one, I think that's all this is about. All the bad press was coming in on Team USA Gymnastics because Jordan went and complained like a bad sportsman. So they give this bullshit fucking display of good sportsmanship.
You have a video of it?
Yes, I have video of it, but I can't play it because I can't afford the amount of money that the Olympics wants to pay for the permission to play their videos.
Yeah,
and if you play their video without paying them, they have your not the sections with them in it. YouTube can easily remove those sections. They literally pull the entire episode. We have a missing episode out there, and that's why the episode is missing.
Yeah, the Olympic Committee had them pull it.
Exactly. Now, when I figure out how to get the Discord going and we've got our subscriber only line on Discord and locals, then we'll be able to do that stuff. We'll just say, well, at this point, we're going to say F you to YouTube and we're going to take off to the subscriber only area, and then we'll show it live that way.
Yeah.
So, but that's what happened. So, yeah,
So which event was this for?
I think it was the floor all around.
Okay, the floor. Yeah, because I know it wasn't for the all around, where they do 5 different events.
It wasn't for the team, it wasn't for the all around. I think it was for the floor.
Okay.
Or it could have been vault, whatever. But it was it was the same event.
Uh-huh.
So they were already talking about it because of the whole BS with changing Jordan's score and stiffing the 2 girls that actually placed 3rd.
Yeah, it's just wrong.
And there was a lot of talk about, it was bad sportsmanship by the American judges that went and talked to the other judges and got her scores changed.
That would be
seems sus to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been like, well, if you want us to keep paying for Ukraine, I suggest you take a look at Jordan's scores.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a little something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, that's my only read on it. Like, they did this big act of sportsmanship because Jordan was getting trashed for the poor sportsmanship. They got 2 people's medal taken away.
Yeah.
Not 1, but 2 medals taken away. Because they were dead. They were scored dead tied. They would have both gotten a bronze medal.
Both Romanians.
Yeah.
Dead tied for 3rd.
Yeah, and the statistical improbability of having not only a perfect tie, but a perfect tie by team members. That's just amazing.
Yeah, same country. That is, that's why I was like, really? Same team? Same score? Holy snakes.
But just don't forget, Paris is woke. The Olympic Committee's woke. All the Olympic judges are woke. So you know what? Trumps your great score? Black card.
Black what?
The black card.
Oh, the black card.
Yeah,
I got you.
Jordan Childs pulled out her black card and she got a bronze medal.
Yep.
Yeah, she passed 2 people because of a whining.
That's just wrong. Just God, I'm so tired of that shit.
Yep. So and that's the way I see it. So like it's too bad Brad couldn't get on the show tonight because we were having a discussion about this, and like he was trying to get all hot and he's like, well, nobody knows what goes on in gymnastics except for gay blah blah blah. And I'm like, really? Because I'm like, I was at least married to a gorgeous female world-class gymnast for 6 years. I have a reason for understanding what goes on in gymnastics.
Yeah.
What's your excuse, Brad?
I've always enjoyed gymnastics. I tend to miss it quite a bit, but I enjoy watching some of the women go. Some of the men doing some of the stuff too. God, I just can't even imagine doing that shit. I sit there going, ow.
Yeah, and he was trying to make the argument it wasn't a real sport. I would have been like, bitch, let's see you do a front handspring.
Gymnastics is not a real sport. There's a lot of sports out there you could argue are not real sports. Gymnastics is most definitely not one of them. Both my sisters did gymnastics.
And first of all, it's called the Olympic Games. Not the Olympic sports. It's called the Olympic Games.
True.
Okay.
True.
Now, I will say that there are some sports that I don't really consider sports. Gymnastics would... I don't know. I'm borderline on gymnastics because you kind of do physically impede the advancement of your opponent. But like baseball, that's a game. That's not a sport. You don't physically impede your opponent in any way, shape, or form.
Whatever. Tell that to the catcher who gets tackled by the runner.
Yeah, that's a whiny bitch.
Or the pitcher who gets charged on the mound when he pisses off
football, rugby, lacrosse, cricket, polo. Those are sports.
Golf's a sport.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, golf was invented by drunk Scots.
Scots, I know.
They were bored
Amen,
one night and they're
brothers.
like,
Amen, brothers.
"Oi, Seamus, what should we do here?"
Hit a
I
ball
can't do
in a
I can't do
hole.
a Scottish accent. Well, how about we hit a
Amen.
ball in the hole with a stick? Okay,
Amen.
whack. That was easy.
One hell of a sport.
Oh no. We're gonna make the stick crooked. Okay.
Whack. Little harder, but still.
And then the
easy.
Canadians couldn't master that because they don't have enough grass, so they decided to do it on ice instead. Boom, hockey's born.
Hockey is most definitely a sport. If you try to argue that hockey's not a sport, dude, you're a dumb fucker.
No, they actually took golf and turned it into a sport by
Oh,
putting physical impediment in there, which was, if you remember, that was my argument for a sport. A sport has to be physically impeding your opponent.
yeah, that's your definition. not
Bro,
necessarily
they
true,
check
but you're
people
deaf.
through the glass.
Uh-huh.
That's physical impediment. Hockey is definitely a sport. It's just a boring sport.
Yeah, I don't know how you call hockey boring, but you know.
Well, when I was whooping your ass at NHL 2024,
Oh, as I sat there, I had to sit there and hand you the puck for the whole damn game before you finally scored to win the game. I literally kept passing you the damn puck.
How many
you
times
kept
did you score?
Missing.
how many times did you score?
I was trying not to score just so you could
Uh-huh.
win.
Uh-huh. Bro had like 40 shots on goal. I had
Oh,
like
I did
4.
not. I kept handing you the damn puck, and you couldn't even damn shoot at the goal.
Poor loser.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
gave
I
it to
let
ya.
you win. I let you win.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so yeah, no, that game like it's exactly what I like playing soccer.
Soccer.
Don't like watching it. I can't skate well enough to play hockey, but it kind of plays exactly like soccer.
Well,
So I imagine if I played, I'd probably enjoy it. I just don't skate that well. But I don't enjoy watching it. To me, it's very boring.
I used to enjoy watching the World Cup with the women's soccer until Megan Rapinoe or whatever
Mhm.
started doing her whole political and transsexual BS.
Yeah.
And then they started disrespecting the flag and calling the U.S. a racist nation and all this crap. Like the nation that gave you everything, made you who you are, and you're going to do that crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even what's her name? Brittany Griner dogs the U.S. even though we traded a international arms dealer to get back a
Yeah.
tranny soccer player. Like, and then
Well,
she
not
like
as much
talks
as
about,
she used to.
huh?
Not as much as she used to. I'm sorry, not as much as he used to.
I'm quite sure. Like, I don't know. I'm just pretty sure that his name is Britain or some shit like that, not Brittany.
Okay, I have no idea, but whichever as soon as she, whoever was released from Russia and got back, stopped criticizing the U.S. quite a bit, as much
Yeah.
as she used to.
Well, what really bothered me about that was all the people saying that Brittany Griner was like unlawfully and unfairly detained. Most of the countries
She
in the
broke
world
the
don't
law.
fuck around about drugs.
Yeah.
If you're caught with drugs, you go to jail. It's illegal to have the drugs in your country. So if you bring them into
Yeah.
the drug country, you're a drug trafficker. Drug traffickers in this country are supposed to get 20 to 30 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the people that get caught trafficking drugs into this country are not American citizens. So what happened there? She got caught trafficking drugs into the country because her dumb ass brought drugs into Russia.
Yep. They don't screw
So
around in Russia with that shit.
yeah, she's just lucky it was Russia. If it had been Singapore, she would have been life in prison or executed.
Yeah, I was gonna say executed.
Yeah, Russia's not even the worst. Okay,
No.
but we got to paint Russia as the villains. They just don't fuck around with it. Like drunk driving there. You know what happens if you drunk drive?
Yeah, you're in deep shit.
Yeah, you're going to prison for like 10 years, and when you get out, you can never get a driver's license again. You know what happens if you drive without a driver's license? 20 years in jail.
Yep.
Like they
Yeah,
don't
Russia
fuck
doesn't
around
screw
over
with
there.
that. Yep.
Like their crime rates there are way lower. Like when I
sure.
when I was like speaking at business conferences and talking about internal shrink, Like they didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because like people there aren't stupid enough to steal stuff because they're gonna get 10 years if they steal a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
No, they stick to white collar crime in that country. It's got to be millions. It's got to be worth going to jail for a long time.
It's like my grandfather used to tell my dad all the time, never ever steal from anyone, but if you're going to do it, make it worthwhile because you're never coming back.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Boy, do we get off the rails on this show. No wonder we added the tagline off the rails, right versus left. Okay.
But
So
the biggest thing with Brittany Grimes though is I mean I'm happy to get Americans back. I hate seeing them in prison like that, even though I think the sentence was a little harsh, but I know she broke the law and she was supposed to be there, but they traded a gun runner for her. It's like, my God, I don't get it. It's like every time we do these stupid trades, it just opens up the market for Americans to be kidnapped again because, oh, well, they got this guy, and this guy. Well, let's kidnap an American and get those guys back.
Yep. All right, you ready for another one?
Go for it.
Here's the next story. So this comes from Fox News.
Well, this morning, we have details about a foiled assassination plot that potentially targeted former President Donald Trump weeks before a gunman tried to kill him at a Pennsylvania campaign rally. Officials say they caught this Pakistani man you see here on your screen. We're told he has ties to the Iranian government and attempted to carry out a political assassination here in the U.S. Federal prosecutors say back in April, the man left Texas and went to New York City to hire hitmen to carry out assassinations against high-ranking political figures. According to the FBI, the contract killers were undercover FBI agents.
We want to get you to some other big headlines that we are following.
All right.
Yep.
So,
gee, you think the foreign governments that don't like us very much don't want Trump back in office?
well, I mean, they've been promising to get revenge for Soleimani since he killed him.
Oh, yeah.
So, but no, here's my take on that.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks before, they knew people were actively trying to pay somebody to kill Donald Trump.
Oh, I know.
And yet they gave a wide open shot to an assassin.
Yep.
Makes it look even more like an inside job to me than it ever did.
Yeah, there's so many questions involved in that. It's hard not to say it was an inside job. And I'm not saying it was, but I'm just saying it's hard not to look at it that way.
So here's what happens in the event that assassination attempt was successful.
Yep.
The right loses their shit. The left gets to declare martial law, dissolve American democracy, and be in power.
Which is
And
what
they
been
get a
wanting to do for
vilify,
long
and
time.
they get to vilify the right for it.
Yep, which is exactly what they've always wanted to do.
So,
Yes.
so obviously they let him do it.
Uh-huh.
Now they stopped the other guy because they couldn't have the Secret Service fail to an organized plot by a foreign government. Assassinations of our president, they're committed
Are
by
done by
our
us.
people, not other people's people.
It's done by us.
Yep. Which is why Lincoln was killed in an organized plot to assassinate him.
Yep.
JFK, who promised to curtail the
CIA.
FBI and the CIA, was assassinated by a leftist. So, oh yeah, Lincoln was killed by a leftist.
Yep.
Who else was it? Like all the assassinations and assassination attempts were by leftists.
Reagan.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's hard to say that he was about being a leftist because wasn't that guy like delusional and he thought it was gonna well, but who's the one that did Lee Harvey Oswald JFK assassination?
JFK, yeah.
Yeah, and then magically, like Jack Ruby, an owner of a nightclub,
Yeah.
walks into the jail and kills him in the jail.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
How?
That was in the parking garage.
Yeah, but how?
Yeah, I know. With all the
How?
other Secret Service and FBI and everybody else around.
No. There wasn't all those people around Lee Harvey Oswald, but there was FBI around him.
Well, there was all that FBI, and you're telling me there was no CIA there too? Yeah, come on. And I'd be willing to bet there was 1 or 2 Secret Service agents there.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet Jack Ruby was CIA.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck would strip club owner kill the assassin of JFK?
Because he loved JFK so much. He was so hurt and he was so butthurt that JFK was assassinated that he decided to kill the guy who killed JFK.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I'm not saying that's what it is at all.
All right, so this next one, this looks a little bit like I have the video pulled up. Where'd it go?
I don't know. In the other window?
Hold on.
Which one are you trying to pull up?
The other assassination plot.
Oh yeah.
All right, here you go. And this is from MSDNC. Sorry, it's just where the story comes from. I'm ashamed. I really am.
Posting something from them.
I'm letting down our followers here by playing DNC, but here's the story.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Teenager behind the planned terror attacks that forced the cancellation of 3 Taylor Swift concerts in Vienna confessed that he intended to kill himself and as many people as possible with knives and explosive devices. Investigators found manuals and materials for bomb building in his home, along with knives and machetes. They say he had been radicalized by ISIS and al-Qaeda propaganda. The second suspect also arrested. A third is being questioned, and all of them are teenagers. The cancellations are a devastating blow for Swift fans.
The women in my family have been planning this trip for over a year.
Now,
So right?
I saw a headline, but I didn't actually read it to see what the headline was all about something about Taylor Swift. So I don't know much more than that. So what's your theory on what was going on there?
Well, I mean, I just think Muslims want to kill any symbols.
Well, especially any female symbols of power.
Yeah.
I mean, Taylor Swift is what, a 30-something-year-old teenager bebopper?
Yeah. But she's a leftist.
Yeah, she is. You think the ISIS or any of them care?
Yeah, but this is interesting.
Okay. I can do interesting. I can definitely dig interesting. What do you got?
So we're gonna introduce you to one of Taylor Swift's bodyguards.
Oh boy.
Whatever Taylor Swift's paying him, it's not enough.
Just driving into work.
Oh shit.
Saw a black smoke.
So the
coming
funny
out of
thing
window.
about that bodyguard of hers,
Yeah.
he's not with her anymore. You know why?
Why?
He went back to Israel to fight against Hamas.
Sweet.
So I love that. That's got to chap her liberal little ass that her bodyguard, who she
Left
got
her
so
to
much,
go fight. Yeah.
yeah, who she got so much attention over. I mean, not that she doesn't get constant attention anyway, but
Yeah, I know. She lets gas and she gets headline news.
exactly. Taylor Swift corrects the environment with one toot.
One toot.
One toot.
Taylor Swift lets out perfume.
So hey, like another funny story. So Mount, what is the volcano that's erupting right now? Do you remember the name of it?
Dude, I'm driving. I haven't heard anything about a volcano erupting right now. I'm not sitting there going through headlines all day.
Well, me neither.
More than me.
No, there's a volcano erupting like right now. Why is this like so hard to get at the top of the story?
I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know.
Oh, Mount Etna in Italy.
Okay.
And Mount Stromboli
Okay.
are both spewing out carbon dioxide. Guess how much carbon dioxide?
More than all of history of mankind.
Well, more than the human beings have put out in the last 50 years.
Yeah, I
So,
believe it.
If one
But there's always
volcano,
some volcano erupting.
So if one volcano puts out that much CO2, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference if we go back to the Stone Age.
But you want more CO2 because that's what plants eat, and we want plants, and plants
Right.
release more air. And
Well, and then I will
and trees clean the air. And
well, and I will point out. Do you know why? Like their story about global warming, like what was it, 28 years ago, didn't stick.
well, it was the Ice Age they were calling for, but
No,
why-
28 years ago. That's
Yeah.
like right before Al Gore, and then Al Gore made this video and all that. But the reason why the story was global warming is because it was hot. But you know what also happened about 28 years ago? The solar maximum. You know what we're in right now? A solar maximum.
Yeah. Which explains why it's getting warmer on Mars too.
Yeah, but that's why like when it like, well, I don't know about Mars. I'm not walking around in Mars, but I do know that like I can't work in my studio during the day because it gets too damn hot in here after noon and the sun's directly overhead.
Uh-huh.
So even if it's a small area, that air conditioner still just can't quite do it. I'm going to put in a second air conditioner in here in the hopes that it saves me. But the sun
Amen,
is what
brother.
warms up our planet. And we're during the solar maximum. When the big hype about global warming like started, they immediately backed off and started calling it climate change because they can show that it's changing year to year.
But it's always changed.
Exactly.
Every year. No year's the same. Every year is different. It changes all the time.
Yeah, but
Up,
they always say
down,
like,
down,
oh, it's going to be the worst hurricane season ever. You know what? Hurricane seasons were more busy than this year. Pretty much every year before this year.
So say 1912, 1910.
1929 was one of the most active and most deadly hurricane seasons on record.
I believe it.
1929. And then there was another one in like 1890 something where like Galveston City was destroyed or something like that.
Oh yeah, then they flattened it to rebuild it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And that happened. Galveston's been destroyed like 4 times in the last 100 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this year's an awfully mild hurricane season.
Yeah.
It's already August. We're halfway through the hurricane season.
Yeah, and
we're getting what, our second hurricane?
Yeah, there really hasn't been much. I mean, I'm in Virginia now dealing with the rain and the wind, waiting to deliver this truck.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, the Atlantic is so hot. It's going to be such an active hurricane season." Oh, we had the earliest hurricane on record. Not true.
Silence.
Now, I would make the argument that this last time I was in the Philippines, that was the worst summer for freaking hurricanes ever. Like they call them typhoons there, but man, it was like it seemed like every
Yeah,
week we were
typhoons.
getting another typhoon.
Yeah.
I was there what 4 weeks and got 3 typhoons in 4 weeks.
Yeah. Any of the stuff coming out of the Pacific would be typhoons. Coming
Yeah,
out of the Atlantic or hurricanes.
are.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was insane, dude. Like,
Yeah, there was a lot going through Philippines.
so I don't know. It's pretty busy in the Pacific, but they were saying with how warm the Atlantic is that this is going to be an awfully busy hurricane season, which actually I wouldn't have been surprised because you got the combination of the super hot Atlantic and a La Nina season, which usually is a little more active for tropical storms.
Yeah, yeah.
But it really hasn't been that active, which
Wasn't that
means
Yeah.
even if you study history, it really doesn't tell you what the hell's going on, because what actually creates the storms isn't just the warm water. It's a convergence of warm water and cold fronts causing a rotating axis of wind
hmm
that builds up and pulls in pressure and
Wait.
moisture to build these
I-
storms.
I think Taylor let a toot, and it pushed the wind that caused a leaf to blow off, that caused a branch to shake, that caused a tree to fall over, that caused cause until it was a hurricane.
So it's
So we can blame it all on Taylor Toot.
So you're saying it's not the butterfly effect, it's the butt floof effect.
It's the Taylor butt floop effect.
One little toot causes
little
a
toot from
hurricane on the other side
Taylor.
of the world.
One little Taylor Toot caused a hurricane.
Oh my god. Anyways, guys, we're doing a little bit lighter stuff for today because, you know, the seriousness of the political situation gets irritating and aggravating. We know what's going on in this country. We got 2 communists trying to take us back to communism.
I think they're even further than communist. Whew.
Right before this election, they're coming out with more and more proof that the last election was stolen. Something like 130,000 votes in Georgia were changed, and over 1 million votes were deleted, so they couldn't be checked. Like, they deleted them right before an audit. They got video of like the pipe burst, and then all of a sudden you can see on camera they bring in 4 suitcases, and then the camera shuts off. Gee, I wonder what was in the 4 suitcases. That suddenly the next morning the vote tally for Biden jumped by like 130,000 votes, even though the place was shut down because of a burst pipe, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yet as soon as they start, he's immediately up 130,000. It's all stupid. Now, the reason it's stupid, not that we're like finding this information. We knew this information the whole time if you were paying attention. Like, they were kicking out election observers. They did that for a reason.
Well, blocking windows, kicking out election observers.
Yeah. So, which
turning
are
off
legally
cameras.
Yeah, which are legally mandated to be there. The cameras are legally mandated to be on, and they were doing it on purpose. And there's only one reason to do it. And like even now, it's hilarious. Miami is it Miami? No, a Michigan town got their first all Muslim board.
Yeah.
All Muslim city council. And so all the Democrats are like, hey, they cheated. We know they cheated because they did it the way we cheat.
Yeah.
Or like that mayoral primary in, I want to say it's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The incumbent was losing, and then he pointed out that the guy was using the same cheating methods that he used to get elected in the first place.
How about what's her name? The 5 one, the one of the squad. The one from the squad that finally got kicked off, and then she was all butthurt so bad that she went off.
Yeah, Cori Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she turned around and she's like, I'm gonna get you all. I'm gonna get all you motherfuckers. You just made me dangerous.
Yeah. She kept saying she was
fucking
going after him.
Once you ghetto, you're always ghetto, even if you try and class it up for a minute. And then
doesn't surprise me with any of the 5 though.
the squad. Yeah,
the squad.
Well, but it ain't the 5 because Jamar Bowman's already out.
Yeah, there's only
now
3
Cori
now.
Bush is out.
Yeah.
Ilhan Omar's primary is next week, and it's looking like she's gonna lose. So all that's gonna be left is Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar.
Yeah. Who knows how much longer they'll be there?
Or is it Ilhan? No,
What?
Ilhan Omar will be the one that'll be out. The one that's going to be left is who is the other one?
Well, AOC and
Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah, that's it. Rashida.
Yeah, so Rashida Tlaib's the only one that looks like she's going to win her primary.
Is it Rashiba or Rashida?
Rashida.
Duh. Yeah. Duh.
So, yeah. So it looks like the brother fucker might lose.
Oh yeah. The one who married her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then got divorced and claims to be a good Muslim.
Uh-huh.
And then got remarried, but
Yeah.
claims to be a good Muslim.
Yeah.
And keeps running her mouth, but claims to be a good Muslim.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the whole good, bad Muslim thing there.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Mhm.
she's the one that's always speaking for Islam, and yet she doesn't follow Islam.
Yeah, unless she's criticizing Israel or praising the Palestinians for
Yep.
being such outstanding, amazing people that would never hurt a fly.
Yep. I like what Bill Maher said to The View.
Oh boy, I like Bill Maher sometimes.
Yeah. He said if they want to stop fighting with Israel, then stop fucking attacking Israel.
Yeah, no shit.
Like since Hamas has taken control of Gaza, they have attacked Israel daily, and they've done major assaults 4 times. And that the whole world gets all butthurt when Israel reacts. Well, if you want Israel to stop reacting, stop fucking attacking them.
Well, we've been saying for
Egypt
years.
stopped attacking them, and there's been peace between Israel and Egypt since. Jordan stopped attacking them, and there's been peace between Israel and Jordan ever since.
Saudi Arabia,
Yeah,
Saudi
like,
Arabia is on the verge of signing on to the Abraham Accords.
Yeah, they keep trying to say that Israel is the one like starting the conflict, but all the nations that signed peace deals and stopped attacking Israel stopped fighting with Israel.
I'm sorry, but Palestinians and the others launch rockets into Israel every single freaking day.
Yep.
And we've been saying that for 20 years now. Every single freaking day, we're like, there's another rocket. Hey, there's another. Hey, surprise! The Palestinians launched some rockets into Israel. Ooh,
Yeah,
there's
on this
another
show, we've
one.
been mentioning it at
It's
least
like, what
once a
the
week
hell?
for 2 years.
Yeah, it's like, how the hell did they keep getting away with it? What restraint does Israel have not to go in there and just take them out, launching rockets into their territory? Yeah, they're simple rockets that usually land in fields, but you launch enough rockets, it's eventually going to hit something important and kill any number of people. That's their goal.
Yeah, but it's okay. They can do whatever they want. They're
Yeah.
Muslims, and so
A-okay.
we pretend that the evil shit they do isn't evil because they
A-okay.
claim to do it in the name of Allah. Allahu Akbar.
Allah.
So I love did you see the latest trick that the right's doing in London now?
What's that? Oh,
so
you were telling me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're now like staging little fake protests.
Yeah.
Waiting until the cops get called, picking it up on their scanner, and then they all bug out. And by the time the cops get there, the only ones there are Muslims with weapons.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Of course, are the Muslims getting in trouble, or are they saying, "Oh well, hey, there's peaceful people here with nothing at all other than."
I don't know, but I love it. But be careful if you're in the UK, guys.
Yeah.
The government is coming. If you post anything in support of, not wanting your children butchered by Muslims.
Well, that's what
they are sending
Prime Minister
police.
said.
They are sending police just from posts, social media posts. Like one guy made a social media post against immigration, got 26 years in jail.
That's what the Prime Minister said. We will come after you, just for posting.
Yep. And yet on the flip side, Muslim guy got convicted of repeatedly raping a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Got
off easy.
Got 12 months of probation, no jail time.
Yeah, off easy.
But 26 months in prison for the person who made a Facebook post.
Because he didn't know it was wrong.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's all I got. I don't even really have any final thoughts. The whole Olympics thing, that was a joke to me. Like, remember when the Olympics game were about sportsmanship? And now they do dirty shit and then try and hide under the veil of sportsmanship.
Well, I miss watching Olympics where people are proud of the country they came from, where
That
you would
too.
see them stand on the podium with their hand over their heart and sing along with the national anthem with tears in their eyes because they love
Yeah.
their country so much. I miss those days. I grew up with those days, and it's just,
But Brad was all worked up because 2 Americans bowed to a Brazilian.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
the Brazilian's a badass gymnast, so kind of makes sense. But that show of sportsmanship was to cover the lack of sportsmanship that led to some Jordan Childs even getting.
Yeah, I'd have to
so.
I'd have to see the video and see what they actually did. I mean, people could
They-
say they bowed to him, but I'd have to actually see it.
They changed the score. The 2 Romanian
know.
girls were
Oh, I
celebrating.
know.
Jordan
I know.
was all upset. And then one of the American
I
judges ran over and talked to the Parisian judges. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden they changed the scores. And then now Jordan's bouncing up and down. I don't care what
No,
the
I know.
excuse was. The scores were the scores. There's
Yeah.
no instant replay in gymnastics, and you shouldn't be changing the
Yeah.
scores after the
No,
event.
it-
You
it
scored
should've
it
stayed.
in the moment when it happened. Stop fucking this. It was just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, the
They
score
just
should've
wanted an
stayed.
all black podium, so they made it happen.
Yeah, the
Anyway,
score
that's all
should've
we got.
stayed.
That's all we got for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one
Yeah.
up. So make sure that you
Peace
like,
out.
subscribe, share. Visit the warmongershop.store. We still have this awesome shirt.
There
It's
it is.
only
Yeah.
wait, there it is. Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is. It's still only
Yes.
$14. Go check it out.
Sweet.
We love you guys. Keep coming back. We'll keep
Peace
coming here.
out. Peace.